Welcome to the Lucky Health Channel. I'm so happy you've joined our health community today. We're about to explore some truly valuable health knowledge, and I promise your body will thank you for it. If you're new to our channel, please hit the subscribe button. It's like joining our big health-loving family, and a quick like on this video will give us even more motivation to keep sharing helpful videos with more wonderful people like you. Thank you. You know, after 60, something quiet starts happening inside the body that most people don't really notice. It's the gradual loss of muscle mass. And it's not just because we're getting older or moving less, like people often assume. The real reason is we're missing one very important piece of the puzzle, what we eat before going to bed. Have you ever thought that losing muscle after 60 is just part of getting older? That feeling weaker, shaky hands, or struggling to climb stairs is simply natural aging. The truth is, that's only half the story. After more than 30 years of working with older adults, one thing still troubles me. Many people aren't weak because of their age. They're weak because no one ever taught them how to properly rebuild their muscle. A new study published in 2024 really shocked me. It showed that skipping protein at night can lead to a 43% faster loss of muscle in just 6 weeks. And that's even if you're eating full meals during the day and doing light exercise. Even worse, this increases your risk of falling by 91%, especially at night or when you first get out of bed. I want you to picture this. Your weight stays the same, but your arms and legs feel weaker. Climbing stairs gets harder. Even opening a jar becomes something you need help with. It's not because you're lazy or aging too fast. It's because your body is missing the raw materials it needs to rebuild itself, especially during the most important time of day when you sleep. The good news is, science is very clear now. There are simple, easy-to-find foods that can help restore and protect your muscles while you sleep. And in the next part, I'll be sharing 10 foods that have been carefully studied foods that can slow muscle loss, improve sleep, and help you wake up stronger and more stable every morning. I want you to imagine a simple dinner, nothing fancy. Just a piece of soft steamed or lightly grilled salmon served with some greens and a few drops of fresh lemon juice. But what you're eating in that moment isn't just a meal, it's a quiet dose of recovery for your muscles that will last through the entire night. Salmon, especially wild-caught salmon, is one of the most valuable sources of complete protein we have. It contains all 9 essential amino acids, the building blocks your body needs to rebuild muscle after a long day. But more than that, salmon is rich in omega-3s, especially EPA and DHA, 2 powerful anti-inflammatory fats that help slow down muscle breakdown and protect soft tissues from aging. I remember a 67-year-old patient once told me I always thought salmon was just good for my heart. I never expected my legs would feel less tired after just a few weeks, and it wasn't just in her head. A study from the University of Washington showed that older adults who ate salmon 2 to 3 times a week had 10% more lean muscle mass than those who didn't. That's a meaningful difference, especially after 60. The best way to enjoy it: try around 100 to 150 grams of salmon steamed or gently grilled to keep the nutrients intact. Eat it about 90 minutes before bedtime. Pair it with some steamed vegetables and a touch of lemon, and you've just created a gentle, powerful recipe for muscle recovery, one that supports strength, stability, and peace of mind as we grow older. I want you to picture something that seems incredibly simple. Just a spoonful of soft cheese before bed, Not the greasy kind you find on pizza, but cottage cheese, gentle, light, and quiet, yet quietly nourishing your body while you sleep. After the age of 60, our bodies don't bounce back as quickly as they used to. Muscle breakdown, also known as catabolism, happens more aggressively at night while we're asleep. And during that time, if there's nothing feeding your muscles, your precious muscle mass can quietly slip away without you even noticing. Cottage cheese is rich in casein, a slow digesting protein. That means when you eat just a small serving, amino acids are released gradually into your bloodstream throughout the night like a gentle drip that keeps your muscles nourished even while you're resting. A 2019 study from Maastricht University found that older adults who consumed just 30 grams of casein before bed rebuilt muscle tissue 22% faster than those who ate nothing. That's a big difference, especially for anyone who's been feeling a little less steady, a little less strong. So if you've ever worried you're not getting enough protein, or you felt your body growing weaker even though you're still moving around just fine, try this. Half a cup of cottage cheese before bed. Chill it if you like, or sprinkle in a little cinnamon for flavor. It's a small habit, but it could be the quiet turning point for a stronger tomorrow. Think back to the last time you ate a kiwi. Maybe it was just part of a fruit salad, a small dessert, or maybe you skipped it altogether because, well, it looked a little too fuzzy. But if you're over 60 and trying to protect your muscle health, I want you to start seeing kiwi in a completely different light. It's not just a fruit. It's a quiet little helper for your muscles at night. Why? Because kiwi contains a special enzyme called actinidin. This natural enzyme helps break down protein in your stomach, which makes it easier for your body to absorb amino acids, the building blocks your muscles need to repair and grow. You see, as we age, digestion slows down. Even if you're eating enough protein, your body might not be using it as well as it used to. Kiwi can help change that, but it doesn't stop there. Kiwi is also packed with vitamin C and powerful anti-inflammatory compounds that help reduce tiny muscle damage, the kind you get just from walking, lifting groceries, or even standing up after a long rest. And here's the real magic: kiwi can help you sleep better. A 2-month study found that people who ate kiwi before bed slept deeper by 13% and fell asleep 42% faster. And as you know, good sleep is the best natural recovery for your muscles after 60. Just 2 kiwis a night washed and eaten with the skin. Simple, gentle, but powerful for deep sleep and stronger muscles. Have you ever tried it this way? I know when people hear the word potato, many just shake their heads and say, too starchy, just makes you gain weight. But here's the truth. If you're over 60 and want to preserve your muscle, then one simple white potato, boiled and cooled, might be one of the best things you can eat before bed. Why? Because potatoes don't just provide calories. They help restore something essential, glycogen, which is the stored energy your muscles rely on. After a day of walking, moving around, even just standing up and sitting down, your glycogen levels drop. And if you don't refill them, your body starts breaking down your own muscle tissue for fuel while you sleep. Now here's the fascinating part. When a white potato is boiled and then cooled, some of its starch turns into something called resistant starch. That means it doesn't spike your blood sugar like regular starch. Instead, it feeds the good bacteria in your gut and helps your body absorb protein more efficiently. And there's more potatoes are actually one of the richest sources of potassium, even more than bananas. Potassium is crucial for keeping your muscles functioning well, preventing nighttime cramps, and supporting healthy muscle contractions during sleep. Here's a simple way to use it. Boil 1 medium potato, let it cool in the fridge for a few hours, then eat it about 60 to 90 minutes before bed. Drizzle on some extra virgin olive oil and sprinkle a few fresh herbs like rosemary or thyme for added flavor and anti-inflammatory benefits. Sometimes the most ordinary foods can become powerful tools for healing if we know how and when to use them. I want you to picture this: a small, simple dish. Nothing fancy, nothing expensive. But when eaten at the right time, it can nourish your muscles all through the night. It is not a supplement, not a pricey protein powder. It's just plain Greek yogurt. What makes this yogurt so special isn't just its rich, creamy taste. It's the perfect protein blend for people over 60. Part of it is whey protein, which is absorbed quickly, giving your body a fast dose of amino acids right after you eat. The rest is casein, a slow-digesting protein that continues to feed your muscles for hours while you sleep. And that's exactly what an aging body needs: steady, gentle nourishment throughout the night to help protect and rebuild muscle. In fact, a 2020 study found that older adults who ate Greek yogurt before bed increased their muscle rebuilding capacity by up to 29% and saw a clear drop in overnight muscle loss. But the benefits don't stop there. Greek yogurt is also full of probiotics, the good bacteria that support digestion and nutrient absorption. That's especially important after 60, when the body doesn't break down and absorb food as efficiently as it once did. I often tell my patients, about an hour before bed, have 3/4 of a cup of plain Greek yogurt. Let it sit at room temperature for 10 minutes so it's gentler on the stomach. Don't add sugar or sweet fruit, just a little cinnamon or pure cocoa if you want a twist of flavor. Sometimes the quietest things we do, like a spoonful of yogurt before bed, can be the very things that keep us strong. I once had a patient in his early 60s. He still went for walks every morning, kept himself active, but lately he had started to complain. His legs felt weaker, his hands a little shaky, and sometimes he even needed help from his grandkids just to open a jar. When I asked him about his evening meals, something very familiar came up. He wasn't eating any good sources of protein before bed, so I suggested something simple: soft-boiled eggs. Nothing fancy, just 2 gently cooked eggs in the evening. A few weeks later, he came back to my office with a spark in his eyes, like he'd found a piece of his old strength again. Eggs are one of nature's most perfect gifts. They contain all 9 essential amino acids, the building blocks your body needs to rebuild and restore muscle. And when you eat them at night, especially after the age of 60, you're giving your muscles the fuel they need during the most important repair phase of the day while you sleep. A study out of Japan even showed that older adults who ate eggs in the evening retained more protein and experienced less muscle breakdown, helping them recover better from daily activity. The key is to keep it simple. No frying, no butter, no white bread on the side. Just 2 soft-boiled eggs with yolks just set, eaten about 90 minutes before bed. That's it. Sometimes strength doesn't come from doing more, but from doing the right things at the right time. I once met a 72-year-old gentleman who struggled with insomnia and frequent leg cramps at night. Over time, his muscles had slowly started to shrink, even though he still tried to move around gently every day. When I asked about his evening meals, he chuckled and said, "At my age, why bother eating more at night? Just makes the stomach heavy." So I encouraged him to begin with something very small, just 2 spoonfuls of raw pumpkin seeds before bed. It might sound simple, but the effects were anything but. Pumpkin seeds are rich in magnesium and zinc, 2 essential minerals your body needs to build protein and maintain muscle mass. Even more importantly, they contain tryptophan, an amino acid that your body converts into melatonin, the hormone that helps you fall asleep and stay asleep. And this deep sleep is the golden time when your body repairs and restores the muscles that worked all day. Without sleep, there's no recovery, and that quiet cycle of breakdown night after night can gradually make the body weaker without you even noticing. My advice: eat 2 tablespoons of raw, unsalted pumpkin seeds about an hour before bedtime. Chew them slowly and mindfully. Treat it like a quiet ritual to care for your body. Don't mix them with fruit or sugary foods, as that can interfere with mineral absorption. Your body will thank you for that tiny act of care. And in the morning, you might just notice your legs feel a little steadier, your hands a little stronger, strong enough to open that jar without needing help. I want you to picture this: a warm, comforting bowl of lentil soup. Simple, easy to digest, nothing fancy. But quietly, it's doing something extraordinary, rebuilding the muscle that's slowly slipping away. In all my years working with people over 60, I've noticed a common pattern. Many of my patients eat regular meals. They're not starving, and yet they still lose muscle, feel weaker, more unsteady on their feet. The problem isn't that they eat too little. It's that they're missing the right kind of nutrition at the time their body needs it most before going to sleep. And lentils, they're one of the most powerful answers we have. They're packed with lysine, an amino acid that helps regenerate collagen and rebuild muscle tissue. They're rich in iron and folate, both essential for red blood cell production, which carries oxygen and nutrients to your muscles all night long. They're also a great source of zinc, which your body needs to repair damaged cells. And the best part, lentils are anti-inflammatory, unlike many animal-based proteins. I often tell my patients to prepare a small bowl of soft, warm lentil soup in the evening. Season it gently with turmeric, fennel, and a squeeze of lemon juice, not just for flavor, but to help your body absorb the nutrients better. You don't need a large serving. Just a little, an hour or 2 before bed. You may not feel the difference overnight, but give it a few weeks, and one morning you'll notice your steps feel lighter, your legs less tired, your body stronger. And sometimes that small change is the beginning of something hopeful, a path to lasting strength in the years ahead. I once asked a 68-year-old patient of mine, "Have you noticed your arms and legs feeling weaker lately, even though you still eat regular meals?" He nodded and said, "Lately, even opening a jar feels harder. Climbing steps makes me feel unsteady." But when I asked what he usually eats before bed, he just smiled and said he had never really thought about it. That right there is something we often overlook. Evening is not just a time to rest. It's a golden window when the body quietly works to rebuild the muscle we've lost. And one of the foods I often recommend is soaked almonds. Almonds, when prepared properly, are a small but powerful gift. Soaking them removes the tough outer skin that's harder to digest, making their nutrients easier for your body to absorb. Inside, they're packed with goodness: arginine to improve blood flow, magnesium to relax the muscles, and tryptophan to support deeper, more restful sleep. All of it works together to help repair and rebuild muscle tissue while you sleep. I usually tell my older patients to soak 6 to 8 almonds in warm water in the afternoon. In the evening, peel and eat them about an hour before bed. You can enjoy them slowly with a warm glass of water or a calming cup of chamomile tea to help your body relax and absorb the nutrients more effectively. Just imagine this. Instead of letting the night pass by in silence, your body is quietly healing itself. No medication, no gym sessions, just a few soaked almonds taken at the right time in the right way. I want you to imagine this for a moment. You wake up one morning, step out of bed, and feel your legs steadier. Your back isn't sore like usual, and your hand grips that warm cup of tea with a surprising sense of strength. That feeling doesn't come from luck. It comes from one very small habit, drinking bone broth before bed. Someone once told me Dr. Bone Broth is just an old traditional thing. What's so special about it? But I told them, and now I want to tell you that when made the right way, bone broth is one of the most quietly powerful healing foods I've ever known. It's rich in collagen, glycine, and glutamine amino acids your body needs to rebuild, muscle repair ligaments, strengthen tendons, and restore connective tissues that have worn down over the years. One recent study found that older adults who drank just 250 milliliters of bone broth every night for 12 weeks gained nearly 2.1 kilograms of lean muscle and reduced morning aches and stiffness by 48%. Numbers like that, I used to only see them in patients who followed strict physical therapy. But now, they come from a single bowl of warm broth made with chicken or beef bones, a splash of apple cider vinegar, herbs, and a bit of patience. No need for fancy food or expensive supplements. Just a gentle act of care, allowing your body to rest and repair itself deeply from the inside out. And sometimes that strength you're looking for starts with the simplest thing, a warm bowl of bone broth before bed. You don't need fancy supplements or a gym membership. All it takes is eating the right things at the right time, and your body can stay strong, steady, and independent for many more years to come. Because after 60, real strength doesn't come from pushing harder. It comes from being wiser. And sometimes the thing that lifts you up each morning isn't a pill, but simply what you chose to eat the night before. You see, staying healthy after 60 isn't just about luck. Every small choice, like what you eat before bed, quietly builds a stronger body and a more independent, active life day by day. If today's message made you pause and reflect, or if you saw a little bit of yourself in what I shared, then I'm truly glad we had this meaningful conversation. If you found this video helpful, feel free to hit the like button. That way, I know you're still walking this journey with me. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you won't miss the next videos on health nutrition and how to live a peaceful, healthy life in the years to come. Thank you for staying with me all the way to the end. Wishing you and your family good health and lots of joy. I'll see you again in another helpful video. This video is for informational purposes only. Please consult your doctor before making any changes.